Hey guys, my name's Crystal, and my husband Chad and I lead the Family Discipleship Training School here at YWAM-Tyler. And a recent conversation that we had with our students was about helping them help their kids with pornography addictions, or keeping their kids from developing a pornography addiction. And I just thought it might be something that you guys would be interested in hearing a little bit more about. So a couple of things that I really encourage our students to do is to have conversations with their kids starting now. Doesn't matter how old your kids are, start now. And so obviously it would be appropriate to their age, but we want kids to understand that in the context of a marriage and the biblical design of sex and what God created it for, it is not a bad thing. And if we can start that conversation now, then as they age and they begin to have questions and maybe they're exposed to something that we wish they weren't, then they feel like you are a safe place to come talk about that. And it takes what would have been a hidden, shameful thing and it brings it into the light so that we can speak truth over that situation, and it doesn't have to be a scary or shameful thing. And so no matter how old your kids are, start talking to them today and make it an open door of conversation, not just a one-time thing that's awkward, but just a general part of your everyday or weekly conversation with your kids. A couple of things that I really encourage parents to do is postpone giving your kids a phone as long as possible. They really do not need their own device, I would say, honestly, until they're driving. They're either with you or with another adult pretty much all the time, and so they don't need their own phone. That would be my number one thing. The second thing is, if they do already have a phone, you can take that phone away. You're probably paying for it. It's in your house. It is not an appendage. It's not attached to them, and they really will be okay if you take their phone away. And so for sure, limit the availability of that phone. Not in their bedrooms. It has to be used in a common space. Certainly they shouldn't have access to it at night. It should come out and either be with you in your room or in a place that they don't have immediate access to it. The third thing that I would say, if they do have phones, really any device, is put the strongest filter on it you possibly can. And so, of course, you need to set the settings on the individual phone as high as you can, but also there are a ton of really great filter programs that you can get, like for a monthly subscription. Get those and put them on your kid's phone, because I promise you, they don't have to go looking for pornography. Pornography is looking for them. And so any kind of boundary that we can set up that we don't even have to think about, the better, you know? A couple of warning signs that I would say to be mindful of, especially for your preteens and teenagers, is if you start finding their bedroom door locked accidentally or on purpose, that should be a warning sign. Obviously, if they're just changing clothes, that's one thing. But if you go to wake them up in the morning and their door is locked, or they've been in there for a couple hours and you go in to check on them and the door is locked, that's a warning sign, and you should probably have a conversation. Another thing would be if they are abnormally sleeping late. Yes, they're teenagers. Yes, they need a lot of sleep. But if it's out of their normal rhythm, and you find that they're sleeping late often, or alternatively that they're waking up extremely groggy, that's a sign, a potential sign that there could be something going on. Another thing is if they're unusually irritable, and I know they're teenagers, but still, if you notice little things are frustrating them, or they're getting irritated easily, it could be a sign, a warning sign. The other thing would be like if they've lost a love, like if they love soccer or they love dancing or they love band and suddenly their interest is waning, or if they have a loss of focus. All of those could be signs that there's something going on in their life. And again, you just want to have a conversation that's not condemning, it's not shameful, it's just a, hey, I've noticed something's different about you and I wanted to check on you. How are you? How are things going? And start asking purposeful questions. And so I know that the enemy would love to steal this generation's identity and he would love to get them addicted to unwholesome, impure things. But we, as their parents, are the gatekeepers of what comes into their life, and we can speak truth and life over them. And so I just want to encourage you guys today to do that with your kids, whether they are 3 or 13. Speak life, keep them from the snare of the enemy, and let's raise a generation of kids who love the Lord and who are pursuing things after Him. And let's not lose our kids to the devices of the enemy. God bless you. You're doing a good job, parents. Keep it up.